So imminent right from 2018. You can say the entire economic indicators drop it because the extension of the IMF extension facility, Tama, you can say policy credibility confirm. In the IMF exercise in 2015, 2016, it wasn't enough because almost to me, reforming the entire economy as expected. In the change of government, it affected those growth because there were new programs, new governments, as against the government in power at that time, that's the NDC. And it affected the entire program of the IMF. And the Tama Abani who said, Nyama Jinsimu, no second year extended for another 1 year for policy credibility sake. And I extend the year. But still, no, things were not right because tax cuts nearby, around 15 different tax cuts and tax abolishment, affected Ghana's revenue. And IMF in 2015, 2016, through 2017 was more of revenue mobilizations. And some Abanebe reduce the entire taxes as well as abolishment of so many taxes affecting revenue and IMF programs. And I was saying because that IMF programs and they cut taxes. And those huge taxes cut IMF Buama introduce here. It's all about IMF tax programs, and it affects your revenue. Affect your revenue, so then it also affects IMF programs or that to achieve its economic stability for Ghana. That trend, NMR 2018 GDP growth rate, started to say above them because in 2017 the higher GDP growth rate was about 8.1, 8.7%. And once we are now cutting down taxes, growth in the in terms of revenue mobilization for other programs now IMF put in place. Therefore, you have to go for extension. Now, for the extensions, you also realize still no. Nyamana abano edi go ni programs edi go ni high expenditure, high borrowing, and there was shortfalls of oil revenue, and then the rise on interest, and so I started to say into all these things, and as well as currency depreciation, which is key. Currency depreciation, sea depreciation, any whole economy, because there are two things that every country should always put in place. Either your currency is stronger to absorb the shocks externally, those exogenous shocks at the ban, say financial crisis, so say oil crisis, so say Ukraine, Russia war, whatever kind of, so we see the air stronger. No matter what the shocks, you can absorb it because we need control over the global market prices on cocoa, oil, gold, nadia. And it's a shocks in the bank at the global level now. We see the air stronger, so currency is stronger. It will absorb those shocks. But currency depreciation starts a drop, a buy-in. From 2017 right as we speak, as we see now. And those things in which I said, definitely you'll be going to IMF. And it wasn't news because some of us said it before on a low key on programs, but it was not taken lightly. But we knew very well looking at all these things I've mentioned.